So I ask, what is your wake-up call? What is enslaving you? What is controlling your thoughts? Is it the television set? Feeding your mind images of what life should be? Is it the internet drawing you in and controlling your time? Is it drugs or alcohol numbing your brain and diminishing your desires? Or is it weakness? A lack of discipline that prevents you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish. And I'm not saying that you have to rebel. I'm not saying that there aren't things in life that we just have to do. There are. But what I am saying is ask questions. And don't believe everything that you're told, and don't follow the path just because it's there. Don't get in line just because other people are. Get up and wake up and be conscious of what is creeping into your mind. What's getting in there? What are you letting in there? What is forcing itself in there? And what does it want you to do? You have only, so don't waste it. Being controlled by someone else. Happens when you believe authority all the time. I was a rebellious kid, and when I was in the military, I questioned everything that we did and why we did it. So, and I think that's one of the things that helped me get to a leadership position and become a decent leader, was the fact that I didn't just take everyone's word for it and say, oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do, okay.
Right.
No, you know what? We're actually gonna change the strategy. We're gonna change the tactics. What I was taught isn't working right now. We're gonna do it differently. But this is a broader scale. This is life, not just in the book, but life in general. Mm-hmm. Life in general, like what are you doing? Where are you getting your direction from?
Yeah.
Who's got a hold of your steering wheel? Make sure it's you that's got a hold of your steering wheel.
So if you're just rolling around saying, hey, nothing's true until I figure it out, it's kind of like, you got to consider the opportunity cost, where some people you got to consider their credibility, and then you got to kind of just go with it. And again, this is just kind of demonstrating like there's a balance there. If it's not working and someone presents you with some alternative, don't just be like, hey, I've done it this way, so, leave me alone type of thing. Ask those questions and listen to them,
Or you might find out that you've been sucked into a trap. You got to free your mind. You got to free your mind. You got to get out of that box, out of that cage. Think of that. I meet people now, and it's so bizarre because I've traveled a lot, and I've walked with a lot of different kind of people from all different walks of life. And I meet people sometimes, and I think to myself, man, this guy's pretty awesome. He's got all this, I wonder what this person's goal is. And sometimes I'll ask, like, well, what do you want to do? Or like, I'll meet some kid, or what you want to do? And some people say, well, I want to do, I think they're going to come out with this giant dream. And they come out with like a little mediocre idea. I haven't done this yet. I've talked to 5 people in the last 6 months that I thought were going to tell me about their dream. And and that I was going to be like in shock, and I was going to be impressed and say, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, brother. Go get it. And instead, I had to bite my tongue because they were telling me their dream, but it wasn't big enough. It wasn't big enough. It was too realistic. You know? Now you meet some people sometimes and they tell me their dream and I go, man, you ain't got a chance at that. You need to tone that down. You need to get a grip. Right? These people are like, you can achieve anything you want. No, actually, you can't achieve anything you want. If you could achieve anything you want, you know, everyone would be sitting on a yacht or doing whatever big badass thing that they want to do. I mean, can't. That's what I mean. These people that are like, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
No, actually, there's limitations to that.
Right.
All people are not created equal. Mm-hmm. Some people are smarter than other people. Some people are better athletes than other people. Hey, reality. Now, what can you hear? The question isn't that. The question is, what can you do with what you've got? What can you do? And I love to hear people overshooting. But don't trap yourself in a box where you're like, well, I'll be happy if I can do this.
Right.
And the other part of this is, it's sort of like North Korea. There's people that are trapped in a paradigm in their head of the world. They think that the world is this thing that they live in. They think that the world is this small place, the people that they know,
right,
and the atmosphere that they live inside. And it's really, really small. And I think to myself, man, you got to get out. And I'll tell you, part of this came when I got out of the military, because my whole life, you know, the only guys I knew were SEALs. I mean, that's just who I knew. And so when I got out and I started meeting other people, and I especially started working with big business, and started meeting really not just successful in terms of financial people, but people that had really done something. And I started realizing that there was a whole nother level, not a higher level, but there's just another world.
Yeah.
Like in the SEAL teams, oh, well, you know, hey, I did my SEAL platoon, I did SEAL platoon commander. You know, you do I did task unit commander, you do these things, and that's what you do. And it's awesome. And that's a whole world. But there's other worlds.